Hi, this screencast will show 3 really quick ways that you can use data within IXL to inform you around which specific students or specific skills require more attention. So to get to any IXL reports, you'll just click on the Reports tab at the top of any page. And I'm going to show you 3 quick reports. The first is under Status Update, Class Goals. Now this report can be filtered in a lot of different ways. You can explore which students are spending the right amount of time on the program, attempting the right number of problems, practicing the right amount of skills, and then mastering skills. So I'm going to just focus on this last checkbox because it seems to be the most important metric to me. I want to know how many of my students have mastered a certain number of skills. So I'm hoping that my students will master it with 100% SMART score, at least 2 skills per week. I'm just coming up with those numbers. You'll have your own numbers. And if I click Update Report, I'll see that some of my students are meeting that goal and some are not. And so I can scroll down here to the bottom, and I love that on IXL I can filter any of these little spreadsheet type boxes by the column. So I'm going to filter by skills completed this month with a SMART score of 100 this month. If I filter the other way, then I'm going to see the bottom students first, and I'll see that all of these students with a red X did not make that goal, and I might want to focus on those students a little bit more. So you can play around with this report and the different filters to explore how to use that to find students that are not engaging with IXL in a meaningful way during the time that they have. Another way to do that is to go to Progress and then Usage Impact. And again, I encourage you to explore this much more. This is just a super quick idea. Again, you can set the filters at the top, and then you can sort on any of these columns. So maybe a good place to look is the change between the cumulative score over time. So the beginning of this month and the end of this month according to these filters. So I'm going to filter according to this column, and I'll see that some of my students made a lot of progress and some of them made not as much, and I can give extra help to those students. A similar idea is to filter by the change in skills mastered over that period of time. So I can click on this column and see that this student made a lot of progress as far as skills mastered, but these students didn't make as much progress as I would like. So I might want to spend some time with these students around their IXL usage and help them figure out how they can use their time better on the program. The last thing I want to show you really quickly is how to find specific skills that maybe should be retaught or need a little bit extra support across all students. So to do that, one option is to go to Trouble Spots and then Class Trouble Spots. Again, there will be filters at the top that you can play around with. It's a little bit tricky in IXL because we are using it across grade levels in most classrooms. It's levels. So make sure whenever you have a grade level filter that you're setting it at all, because it's likely that in your classroom you have students working on multiple grade levels of material. You might want to limit skills to ones that not only one student has practiced, for example. And then I think this filter is really important as well. Limit to skills with a total class practice time of at least, and that way you're not going to get trouble spots just because students only worked on it for 2 minutes and that's why there's a low score. So I'm going to set this at 20 minutes. Now, as that report updates, you'll be able to scroll over these identified trouble spots to see which skills students are just not doing as well on. So we'll see here there's an area skill, another area skill, another area skill. Oh, and this is about area or shape measurements as well. And so I realized that that is something that probably across the class I need to review. And then you can do the same sort of thing down here at the bottom. You might want to filter by needs improvement, how many students need improvement on a specific skill. And I'll see there's quite a lot here. And if I scroll over, it'll show me which students, and I can use that tool to group students. So those are some really quick ways to look at IXL data to decide which students are not using the program effectively and which skills are maybe not being reinforced effectively on IXL and need some extra support across the class or with the specific students that show up in this bubble. So I hope that that's useful.